This is the third annual CSAD Global Readathon. We focus on journeys that have moved people across towns, countries, and oceans.
We now head to Monica. She's got a special guest with her. Monica, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you, Suzanne. Well, my next guest just returned from a very life-changing journey. Atlanta actress Assata Amankeechi traced her roots back to the West African country of Sierra Leone. Now, she met her tribe, the Limba people. Fortunately, a family friend from Sierra Leone was planning a trip home. So in November of last year, Assata jumped on the plane with him and his family, headed to her ancestral home. So we're going to take a look at what your experience was like.
Okay. I want to know what the people are known for. Like, are we smart, loud, quiet, like traits?
So you want to know if you bad, if you then are quiet people, if you then get sense. Yes.
Yes. And traits.
You see, these people, they are trained on a trade. Huh?
What's the trade?
The trade of this beverage, that is the poyo.
Yeah.
They migrate because they come here to produce for us palm wine. They are living on that. Yes, and they are very quiet.
Quiet.
Yes, they don't have problems. They don't involve.
Peaceful.
Yeah, they are very peaceful. They are very peaceful.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Your name? Your name?
Assata.
Assata. I'm Vincent.
Vincent. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you also. Wow. God bless you.
So, Assata, you found your tribe there, the Limba people,
Yes.
which are the original people there. How did that make you feel?
Oh my goodness. I felt pressure because I was like, I have to get all this information at one time. I have to understand fully who I am as a person of Sierra Leone, you know, who shares Limba ancestry. I have to figure this out. And that was difficult because of the language barrier. And so what I learned is, learning my culture, you learn it through the day-to-day living of being in Sierra Leone, not in one moment at a village.
So how long were you there?
I was there for 3 weeks.
And in that 3-week period, talk about the connections you made with the Bunche?
Bunks.
Bunks. Tell me about that.
Yes. So there's an island called Bunce Island, and it's a slave castle. So it's where the British slave port was held and where the slave castles are. So Africans were enslaved, brought to this island off of Sierra Leone, and then shipped from there. And this was like around the 17th, 19th century, and then shipped from there to America. So what it represented was that I might be the first person to come back to this island, and that this was quite possibly the last island that my ancestors ever saw in Africa. And it was overwhelming. And interestingly enough, I think I emotionally detached because it was just gonna be too much. I didn't know like how deep the sorrow could get. So I somewhat detached emotionally, but it was nice to be there. There were white butterflies following us around throughout the tour. And I kind of felt like those were my ancestors following me along and just telling me it's okay, you know, just be present with us.
It's interesting you would say that because when I was at Gorée Island in Senegal, there was a room that I kept trying to go into, and literally I could feel this pressure that would not allow me to go into the room. And I was told later that that had been an area where there were unruly, quote, slaves who were about to be removed from Gorée Island, and that the spirits were trying to protect me. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
But I also wonder, you said that learning about this is different from truly understanding yourself. What does that mean?
So when I got my DNA results, I got them from African Ancestry on Kwanzaa. My family and I gathered around. I had taken my maternal lineage testing and found out that we were from the Mende and Limba people in Sierra Leone today. And I got the results and was overjoyed because my parents had always taught me, you are African first. Even though you are African American, your identity is African first. And it's your job to figure out what that means. And so when I got Sierra Leone, I thought, that's gonna do it. That'll do it for me. And it wasn't enough. I knew like there's more than just what's in the books and what's in the movies and what I could talk to with someone here in Atlanta. I've got to go to this country and I've got to figure out what that means. And so it's not enough just to get your DNA results. I think you have to go there and experience it and feel that belonging and that acceptance. And it was a full circle moment.
So I kind of have the feeling, Madam Miss Assata, Miss Assata, that you will be going back to Sierra Leone.
Absolutely.
Because 3 weeks is not enough.
Not at all. 3 weeks goes by quick. So I want to return for my dual citizenship, and I want to close that gap for my family. I want to bring them back. I want for my children and my children's children to never not know where they come from. And that, for me, would be everything. And maybe retire and, like, be on a porch somewhere in Sierra Leone drinking tea and just enjoying my life.
Well, Assata, I hope you get your Academy Award first, okay?
Yes.
Suzanne.
Love that interview. 3 weeks is not enough. No. Got to go back.